You know, when working on cars, having enough light is always an issue, so a lightweight headlight is very useful. Enter the Flextail Helio 600Z. It's got a flood mode and a red light mode, spot mode and special mode. I'm not sure what the special mode is. And mixed light mode, where you can have both the flood and spot on. In the mixed light mode on high, you got 600 lumens, medium's 250 and low is 100. And it'll run for 3 hours, 6 hours, or 15 respectively. And then spot mode is 400 or 100. Flood mode is 200, 100, and 5. So you have a nice like low light mode right there. And then on red mode, you have 10 lumens. In red mode, it runs for 20 hours, and that really low power moon mode, it'll run for 50 hours. That's pretty incredible. But I'm thinking more than likely, I'm probably going to be using it in either the flood mode or maybe the mixed light mode. So, you know, a runtime of 3 hours is probably what we're looking at here. It's lightweight, IP67 waterproof, drop proof to 1 meter, range is 100 meters. That's obviously going to be on spot mode. And Type-C charging, which it says the charging is at 600 milliamps, so it's obviously not fast charging. It says the power is 4.65 watts times 2, so I'm guessing each lamp is 4.65 watts. And the weight is only 1.6 ounces. That's super light. And the color temperature is 6500K, which is a little on the bluish side, but you know, that's fine. Let's get this thing open and see what she looks like. Get rid of this stuff. Take the condom off her. It's got this pretty cool clear case design. You can see the little electronics inside. Oh, and are these little status IDs? Yeah, probably are. This little tag just tells you the same information that was on the box, and apparently it's indestructible. What the heck? You have to cut this thing off. There we go. Now the head strap on this thing is just like 2 little bungee cords. You like push down on this and can cinch it up. Guess we'll find out in a minute if those cords are actually comfortable or not. But that definitely contributes to it being lightweight. You don't need a big heavy band, right? See if we can open the battery compartment here. This uses a single 123A cell. Oh, and that's interesting. This little guy is rechargeable. So you can pop this thing out and charge it by itself. It's got a Type-C port on the battery itself. That's very interesting. I think I'll throw the battery back in though for the moment. The door opens and closes pretty easy on the battery thing there. I mean, it's got a nice little bite to turn, but you know, I just have strong fingies. Underneath this little rubber thingy is the charging port, which I think I'll go ahead and plug this in and get it plugged in here. Ah, and there we go. Now we have some status lights up here. Looks like it's, you know, 3/4 of the way charged from the factory, which is nice, and it's charging up the rest of the way. While that thing's charging, let's take a quick look at the manual. You double click to start, press again to switch modes. You press and hold the flood button to enter red mode. Oh, and that's kind of interesting. So this is flood and this is spot. It's 2 separate buttons there. And you can actually control the 2 lights independently. That's kind of neat. And this stuff just kind of goes over what we already read on the box. Warnings, disclaimers, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we don't really need that. Well, considering it's already mostly charged, let's go ahead and just take a look at this light. All right, so let's turn on the floodlight. 2 presses turns that guy on. So it looked like it started off in high, switched down to medium, and switched down to low. And yeah, look how dim that is. That's a little 5 lumen setting. And then it just goes off. Let's turn on the spot, double press. You can kind of see the beam pattern of the spot. It's definitely more of a spot, you know. And again, it starts off in high. I clicked it, went down to medium, and then off. It's at high, low, and then off. Okay, it doesn't have a medium setting in the spot. Yeah, I'm going to hold it up a little bit and take a look at the flood. Nice spread. And then that's the spot. You can definitely see the difference there. Let me turn them both on at the same time. With both on at the same time, you can definitely see the spot is a lot more brighter in the center, of course. And how does it look on camera? Like, you know, I don't see any banding or flickering or anything like that. So that's really good. You know, not that it matters so much for y'all if you're not filming, if a light flickers or not, but for me, filming, every light I use has got to be nice and smooth on camera. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. Again, that's the flood, and that's on medium. Still no banding or flickering on the camera, so that's good. Try again with the spot. Turn the spot down. Yeah, no banding or flickering. Okay, I'm digging that. I kind of like the spot on medium and then the flood on high. That kind of looks to be a sweet spot. All right, I turned over the overhead light off. Now let's turn on the light. That's the floodlight. And let's add the spotlight. All right, that's both of them together. You can see how it performs like in total darkness there. You know, that's looking pretty good. Although I will say that the spot kind of washes things out, doesn't it? All right, that's just the flood. And even the flood kind of has a central spot that kind of washes things out, doesn't it? You can't really see that with the eye, but yeah, on camera, kind of washes things out. And check out the tilt mechanism on this thing. It's got really positive clicks on there. So you know, once you adjust this thing, it's not gonna move out of adjustment. It's kind of nice. But let me get this thing on and see how it feels. All right, as headlights do, this thing looks goofy AF, but you know, these bands, they actually seem to work pretty good. They're not uncomfortable, except, you know, when I snap them onto my head. But yeah, I don't know. It definitely holds it nice and secure. The light's not going anywhere, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think this is fine. But let's take a look around the garage with the light on and see how it looks. How's that for a thumbnail, huh? Yeah. All right, I have both the spot and the flood on right here, you know, peering around in the 4C. And, you know, this thing's just on top of my head. And this thing's putting out a lot of light. I have no problems like seeing anything down in here, you know? All right, so this is just the floodlight. And what do you guys think? For the camera, does the floodlight do the job? Of course, this is on high. Turn it down, that's on medium. Still kind of seems to be working just fine on medium. And this is the super low mode, which, you know, I guess for your camping and whatnot, this is what you want to use. All right, and this is the spot by itself. And as you can kind of see, the spot tends to kind of wash things out. I mean, if you back up, the spot's nice. Like for seeing into the corners and the crevices back there. But for more up close sort of things, you know, things you can like reach out and touch, it's kind of washing things out a bit, isn't it? Take a look at the corners of the room over there. Yeah, I mean, it highlights my mess nice and well. So that spot really does throw a good distance, I say. That's enough looking at my mess. Well, so far I'm impressed, but let's charge this thing up all the way and then we can see how long the runtime really lasts. All right, it's all fully charged now, and that didn't take too long, maybe like 45 minutes or something. I wasn't really paying attention to how long that actually took, so, you know. Well, let's turn on both the flood and the spot to run it in maximum, and supposedly this is gonna take 3 hours to drain the battery all the way. I've got my very high-tech 80s alarm clock here. I'm gonna turn the overhead light off so you guys can see what's going on, see the numbers, see how much light it's putting out, and then, okay, let's just see how long this thing lasts. Oh, it's over 3 hours and the light is still going. That's better than its rated time. Go ahead and turn the overhead on. And you know, if you're wondering if this light gets hot, it doesn't. It feels nice and cool still to the touch. And also what's kind of interesting is it's still showing it has maybe like half power left. Man, that's pretty awesome. Well, I'm pretty impressed with this little thing, you know? Good job, Flextail. I'm definitely going to be using this thing in the future. And if you want one for yourself, there's going to be a link for it down in the description below. Well, thanks for watching. Please give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. See you guys next time.